Welcome to this explainer. Today we're unpacking a really powerful, honestly, kind of elusive concept. We're looking at a very specific, super concentrated piece of source material that outlines the core philosophy of exactly how the wealthy maintain their status. The text we're diving into is pretty brief, but man, it carries a ton of significance. We're going to deconstruct exactly what it means to not just get wealthy, but to anchor that wealth so deeply that it actually endures.
Okay, let's dive right into this. When you hear that, what immediately comes to mind? Have you ever actually paused to ponder what hidden mechanisms separate, say, temporary, fleeting luck from true, enduring fortune? Is a question that's fascinated economists, psychologists, and really ambitious people for generations. Like, why do some folks hit a massive, sudden windfall and then just lose it all within a few years, while others build wealth that seems practically bulletproof? Well, our source text indicates that there is, in fact, a definitive answer to this whole thing. In this source text we're analyzing today, it doesn't dance around the subject with vague theories. It specifically instructs us to, quote, learn the secrets millionaires use. I want to slow down for a second and really emphasize that phrasing. It points explicitly to highly guarded, actionable secrets. We're not talking about passive personality traits or, genetic advantages here. These are active, deliberate strategies. They form the literal, day-to-day playbook that millionaires use to navigate the financial world. The implication is huge. These secrets are actually out there, just waiting to be learned and utilized by anyone who's willing to put in the time to study them.
Section 1. Getting versus staying. The critical distinction.
And this concept brilliantly illustrates a really fundamental reality. There is a massive difference between acquiring money and actually keeping it. You literally can't approach wealth preservation with the exact same tools you used for wealth creation. Think about it. Getting rich might happen through a sudden windfall, a crazy high-risk venture, maybe a single brilliant business idea. It's often really rapid, aggressive, and highly volatile. But staying rich? That demands a totally different mindset. It's deliberate, it's conservative, protective, and super long-term. It requires a level of emotional discipline that is completely at odds with the pure adrenaline of getting rich. The rules of the game fundamentally change the minute the money is made. And honestly, recognizing that shift is step one. In fact, let's look directly at this exact phrase pulled straight from our source text. How the rich stay rich. Notice what's missing from that sentence. It doesn't say how they get rich. It completely focuses its analytical weight on the staying power. And this is a great conceptual reminder that preservation, not just the initial chaotic creation of wealth, is the true mark of a millionaire. I mean, anyone, theoretically, can get lucky once, right? But staying there, that absolutely requires the execution of those secrets we mentioned just a minute ago. Let's move to section 2 and see how this builds. The decades approach, time as the multiplier. Okay, so if you really want to understand the wealthy, you have to understand exactly how they perceive time. We're moving away from the pure mechanics of the money itself now and focusing on the massive timescale involved in true wealth preservation. We're starting at year 1, right? But then stretching out methodically to year 10, pushing even further to year 20, and eventually expanding into multiple, sprawling decades. True wealth just isn't built or sustained overnight. It's carefully nurtured, aggressively protected, and allowed to compound over a massive, massive horizon. It is a slow, dramatic passage of time where endurance and patience essentially become your most valuable assets. Now, what's really interesting here is those last two words, over decades. Our source text explicitly pairs the action of building wealth with this immense time frame. Time itself is basically revealed to be the ultimate secret weapon of the rich. It's not just about hoarding the cash, it's about the steady, consistent application of time to that cash. The wealthy don't measure their financial success in short little financial quarters, they literally measure it in generations. So the crucial takeaway is that we can synthesize the highly concentrated source material into a super clear, logical, 3-step formula. I mean, this is the millionaire's playbook for enduring success, laid out right in front of us. Step 1, learn the secrets. You have to acquire that specialized knowledge. Step 2, build the wealth. Put that knowledge into active, real-world practice. And then step 3, maintain it over decades. Apply the discipline of time. It's this continuous, completely unbreakable system designed for absolute permanence. Which brings us to our final, parting thought. Are you thinking in days or decades? Because if the ultimate secret to how the rich stay rich is intrinsically anchored in long-term, multi-decade wealth building, well, it completely challenges how we make our day-to-day decisions. It demands that we rethink our own personal financial timescales.
So, are you making choices for a quick win today, or are you building the foundation for decades from now? I'll leave you to ponder that one. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, keep your focus on the decades ahead.